Step 1 is to check that both the UVB and basking lights are on in each enclosure. Both lights are crucial and very important to maintaining a healthy and strong bearded dragon. If any of the lights are not working, please contact our zoologist. Each enclosure will have a heated side, that is the lighted area. On the thermometer, it should read anywhere between 90 and 105 degrees Fahrenheit. On the opposite end, we have the cool side. The cool side should be anywhere between 77 and 84 degrees Fahrenheit.
Aiming for the top spot, I'ma be the hot shot. When there's problems, I'll just drop 'em, 'cause I will not stop. Rocking and rolling for show, haters, they come and they go.
On the side of our enclosures, we have our light dimmers. This will control the temperatures in each enclosure. They are numbered 1 through 3, 1 being the bottom, 3 being the top. By pulling the knob towards the H, it will brighten the lights, thus making it hotter in the enclosure. By pushing the knob towards the C, this will dim the lights, making the enclosure temperatures cooler. Step 1 is you're going to grab all the supplies. You're going to need paper towels. The paper towels can be found in the bottom drawer of the black cabinet. Then you'll need gloves. The gloves will also be found on the bottom drawer. The F10 spray. It's very important that we only use this spray. We don't use any wipes or disinfecting wipes or Clorox spray or anything else. But the F10 spray, we always put it on the top of the enclosure. That way our clients can't get into it. And then the last thing you'll need is a trash can. Step 2 is to unlock all the enclosures and cabinets. The keys can be found on the top of the enclosure on the left side. So go ahead and just unlock each of the enclosures. You can put those locks on top of the cabinet, and then just make sure you put the key back where you got it from so we don't lose it. Step number 3 is to remove any dirty paper towels from the enclosures. Step number 4 is to wipe the area where the poop is located or where the mess is with a dry paper towel. Try to wipe it down as much as you can before using the spray. Now we're going to use the F10 spray. Remember, only use the F10 spray, no other cleaning supplies. And we're just going to spray just slightly where the poop is. If you have to spray more than 2 sprays, you will need to take the bearded dragon out of the enclosure. Before taking the bearded dragon out, please contact our zoologist. But once you've sprayed 2 sprays or less, now you just want to grab a dry paper towel and just scrub off that poop area as best as you can. And then fold it and dump it in the trash. Step number 7 is just to place a dry paper towel in each enclosure. All right, step number 8 is just to close the enclosure doors. Make sure you close all the enclosure doors. The final step will be to put away the cleaning supplies.
I used to read a word of a magazine, and it was all a dream.
All right, it's salad time, okay? Step number 1, we're gonna have to go to the fridge and grab the approved greens and salads.
And I want you to be mine. I miss you lately, and I need you by my side, my pretty.
All right, step number 2 is to cut and chop the salad leaves into smaller sizes, normally the size smaller than your thumb, so this is a pretty good size. Next, we're going to fill each of the bearded dragon's flat salad dishes. We want to fill each dish with about 5 to 10 leaves. After that, we will grab the calcium no D3 and pollen shakers located in the second drawer of the cabinet. We want to lightly sprinkle the calcium no D3 and the pollen on each salad dish, just a light sprinkle. Now we can close the enclosures.
and then put away the calcium no D3 and pollen shakers back into the second drawer of the cabinet.
All right, it's bug feeding day. Bearded dragons only eat twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're gonna locate our bug feeding containers, our Tuesday containers if it's Tuesday, or our Thursday containers if it's Thursday. Those are located in the top drawer of our cabinet.
Next, we're going to check each container with the lids on to make sure all the bugs are living prior to the feeding. Bearded dragons need to eat between 10 to 30 living bugs per feeding. If the containers are empty or they don't have at least 10 living insects, please contact our zoologist. Next, we'll grab the Repashy Calcium Plus shaker from the second drawer of the cabinet.
All right, next you're going to grab out the bug feeding bowls. These are different from the containers. The bug feeding bowls are located in the second drawer. We're gonna pull those out. So we'll grab the bug feeding bowls out. All right, next we're gonna place each of the bug feeding bowls into an enclosure. Remember, bug feeding number 1 is on the bottom. This is bug feeding number 2. Enclosure number 2, if you want to put it right here. And then I'll place number 1 up here. Now we're going to open up the Tuesday or Thursday containers. This one's our Tuesday. So we're gonna open that up. Remember, this is Tuesday, the middle, number 2, so it goes in the number 2 enclosure. And we're going to sprinkle, just light sprinkle. You can get a close up on that. We're gonna sprinkle our bugs. Just like that. Only a light sprinkle. We don't wanna, do any powdered donuts. We're just going for light dust. Gonna give them a little shake, get that dust in there. Just going to have Ashley set those bugs. If you want to dump those in that bug feeding bowl, just dump the whole thing in there. Go ahead and flip it upside down.
My name is Prince Charming. Roll with me, be my queen. Hear me sing, you could be my everything. And I know that you are one of a kind, always on my mind.
Next, we're gonna just clean out the containers. Just want to get a dry wipe and just wipe the inside out. We don't want any mold or anything growing in there from the wet bugs. We're just gonna dry that out.
The next step is just to watch and observe. You can normally have a client do this while you are cleaning out the containers, but just have the client watch and observe and make sure that the bearded dragon eats all their food. If a bearded dragon doesn't eat its food within an hour, please contact our zoologist. Once the bearded dragon has eaten all of its food, we will need to remove the bug feeding dish from the enclosure. By removing this will help teach our bearded dragons when it's bug feeding time. Also, this helps us to prevent future illnesses or sicknesses, as bearded dragons love to poop in their bug feeding dishes.
All right, now it's time to clean up. So make sure that we put away all of our supplies, and then we're gonna lock up this cabinet. Now we're going to lock up each of the enclosures locked up before we leave. And then make sure we put the keys right back where we got them from, on the top corner.